Everybody, we're back with a brand new Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board certified Doctor of Naturopathy, and hopefully you enjoyed episode 400 just a couple shows ago, where Julia Hayes and myself got together, answered so many of the questions that we get on a weekly basis. If you didn't check that out, head on over to ihp.coach/400. But today we're going to dive into a really important show, a topic that is going to enable you to kind of push past the clutter and make sure that you are able to go all in on your business this year, building it to the levels that you want it to be. Now, again, for some coaches in our community or personal trainers or massage therapists, whatever it might be, you might want to work a weekend business. You might want to see 2-3 people for 2 days, no problem at all. Others, they might want to see 1 or 2 clients Monday through Thursday, call it 8 to 10 clients a week. And that's considered an amazing health coaching practice for them. I love that. That's fantastic. Excellent. Others will want to see 20, 30 or more appointments per week. Whatever you want your business to be, that's up to you. You define that, and there is no right or wrong answer. And you can have a thriving career helping people no matter what you decide. So here's the thing though. It does not happen by accident. There's too many people out there that are looking to become personal trainers, chiropractors, massage therapists, just doctors in their own concierge practice or integrative health practitioners. And they simply believe that because you got the certification, that it's all well and good and you'll be able to just get clients no matter what. But the problem is this, is that if the clients don't know that you exist, how could they reach you in the first place? So we've seen this again. I've had the good fortune of being able to work with dozens to hundreds of gyms or boutique spas or all sorts of different places. And even building a retail physical location does not mean that people will enter it. I'll give you a great example. Back in 2006, 2007, I opened my very first location. It was based around nutrition. It was based around exercise, personal training, body transformation, all those good things, right? Here's the thing. We were on the 4th floor of an office building, and you didn't know we were there just because we had a space if someone didn't tell you about it. But even again, if you're on the 1st floor, if you're not on a main street where people are walking by and you literally have a sign outside, people aren't going to know that you're there. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's virtual or whether it's an office location like we had. After about 4 months, because I didn't know, I literally thought word of mouth might just spread, and it does not work like that to fill a big location. So I said, okay, people aren't just going to beat down our door, walk up the 37 stairs or 43 stairs, I forget what it was now at this point, to get to our location. So what I had to do was start to get the word out there, right? And I had to do that strategically, and we teach that for free all on this podcast as well. But what I want you to understand is that you still have to make the time for that. And there's a beautiful phrase, a beautiful philosophy that I want to share with you here today that I learned a long time ago. It's that the 9 to 5 pays your bills, but the 5 to 9 builds your future. I want to say that one more time. The 9 to 5 pays your bills, but the 5 to 9 builds your future. And I teach this all the time on the Cabral concept, but from a health perspective, right? What do I say? Well, it's not necessarily just 5 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock at night. What that means, though, is that you're finding other hours of the day to work on you, to build your future. And if it's a health-based issue, okay, well, we need to wake up a little bit of earlier, maybe if we need to meal prep or get in our walk, or we need to cut out some of the social media time, maybe during lunch or the after work activities, whatever it may be, right? But we need to find time for you. And it's ultimately the only way that you're going to be able to achieve the hopes and dreams that you want. And so today's not meant to be a melancholy downer type show. Actually, anything but that. If you're excited about helping people achieve their health, their wellness-based dreams, it will enable you to also achieve yours, of creating that as your income, your career, your job, whatever it is that you want. So we essentially have, I'm going to call it 2 different types of people in the IHP community. One, they're stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, and they're looking to get back into the career force, or they maybe even retired from a job and now they're looking to do something they really love, right? Great. So you've got the time, or you're going to make the time. We'll talk about that in just a moment. In order to be able to become a certified health coach, we know, again, what does that take? About 30 minutes a day for 12 weeks to pass level 1 of IHP, and another 30 minutes or so a day for 12 weeks to pass level 2. So you can do that. Within 6 months, you're going to pass level 1, level 2. You're going to be less than 1% of coaches that are able to actually order labs, functional medicine-based labs for their clients. You're in that 1%. So you're already have a huge niche. Like you already have a leg up. But then after that, what do we have to do? Well, then we have to get the word out. We'll talk about that in just a second as well. But the other individual, besides the stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, or the retiree looking to do something new, is that we have people that are looking, that are nurses. Well, there's actually a third group of people, or let's say they're in real estate, or they're an attorney, or they're whoever, and they're like, you know what? I hate this job. I just don't like it. This is stealing my soul, and I want to do something I love. Because they've healed themselves, or they've helped a family member heal, they now want to move into this career path. And again, that's amazing. So those people, though, they still have to keep their job, their, whatever it is that their 9 to 5 is. And so they need a time in the morning, at lunch, after work, and we'll talk about those times in just a second, to be able to get the certification, but then start to build up clientele. That's what I did. That's what most people do. And you're able to make that transition. A third category that I was just thinking in my head is, okay, you are a personal trainer, you're a massage therapist, you're a yoga instructor, you're a chiropractor, and then you become an IHP health coach, and now you have another add-on to your business so that you have multiple ways of helping clients. Personal training, massage, you're an esthetician, but you also are able to bring in food sensitivity testing, gut health testing, hormone testing, you name it, and help them with that as well. And again, I did that too. So like these are great things to be able to integrate in. So we have 3 options to choose from. Either way, if you're a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, doesn't mean that you don't have a million things to do, because you do, right? So now in between the million things that you need to do, starts with getting the kids ready, family ready in the morning, then dropping them off, then you might have errands to run. But our goal is to still have 2 hours, 3 hours maybe from, call it 10 to 1, that you're able to work on you. Some of it might be your own exercise program, your own movement. Don't neglect that. But if you can get in an hour or 2, that's all that we need. Like that's really what we're talking about, right? And then 1:30, 2 o'clock or whatever might start. Okay, now I have to pick up the kids. You've got to think about dinner. You got to do all the different things. Then there's cleanup after dinner. So I totally understand. If you have a family, the 5 to 9 doesn't really work. 8 to 10 may. Right? Because from 5 to 8, you're probably with your family. And so I totally respect that, understand that. I have 2 daughters as well. That's my time with them. And so, I get it. But there's got to be some time for you in order to make all this happen. Because if not, like, how do you expect for it to happen unless you start to hire other individuals to make a lot of this happen? And we can talk about that in the future too, because there are ways to greatly shrink down your ability to achieve what you want to achieve. And that's something usually that happens when you make an investment in, let's say you're already working a 9 to 5, or you've saved up a little bit of money, then you can make that investment, because then it just kind of turbocharges your success. So we'll talk about that in the future. It's something that we want to help our IHPs out as well, and just basically take care of the whole business side for you, the whole social media side. But you do have to make it happen either way. Like it's so important that you make that happen. And one of the things that I found is that if you truly love what you do and you're passionate about what you do, getting to sit down at 8 o'clock at night for 30 minutes or an hour or so isn't really a chore to do. It's something like, oh, I get to do this now. I get to read about health. I get to work on, an article or a website or a social media post or whatever it might be. It's something like you get to do. Or you say, you know what, I'm just too exhausted by the end of the day. I can respect that as well. You've had a long day. What we need to do then is just say, okay, I'm going to bed by 9 o'clock now going forward, and I'm going to wake up at 5. That's 8 hours of sleep, right? Great. So, or 5:30, let's say you're in bed for 8.5 hours, you get 8 hours of sleep. I like that even better. So now you're up at 5:30. Your family might have to get up till 6:30. You've got an hour now, right? An hour to work on your certification, or you've got an hour now to work in your business. But either way, we need that time. And remember, the more time that you can work on it, the more you're focused on it. The more you focus on something, the more energy flows in that direction. You would be shocked, surprised at how quickly a business moves forward when your thoughts and your focus and your energy remains constant on that thing. So right now, again, I know individuals, and they're great people and they have so much knowledge, but they're working on their business for like 30 minutes a day. Literally 45 minutes a day. And they're like, and they have other jobs. So it's not like they don't. And so that's one of the issues, like, oh, well, I hope that it works out. Yeah. I mean, we all hope and we want these things to happen, but you can't just hope for it. You can't just want it to happen. You really have to be committed to it. And so the commitment level enables you to say, oh, no matter what, I'm going to make this happen. My deadline is that I complete this by the end of this month, this by the end of next month, and then I'm doing X, Y, and Z within 90 days, right? That's your 12-week year. So as I said before, my goal is to meet people where they're at. That includes clients for their health and IHPs or other health practitioners as to where they're at right now in their business. And you have to be realistic with yourself, is that if you don't have a social media and you're not posted on social media and you're not going in networking groups and you're not doing lunch and learns and you're not asking for referrals, how are you going to get those clients, right? And so I'm saying this because I want you to be successful. I really do. And I want that so much for you, but you have to do those things to let people know that you even exist and how you can help them. And then furthermore, you want to say, this is who I help. This is how I serve them. This is my program. This is what I do. This is the service that I offer. So that means going back to listen to the previous podcast, but really developing your niche. Again, this is who I help. You can help all people, but you have to call out one individual, right? This is how I help them. I help them find the underlying root cause through functional medicine at-home lab testing, or integrative health at-home lab testing. And then these are the service offerings, right? So month 1 is your consultation. Month 2 is going over your lab results and getting your personalized plan. Month 3 is your foundations and your movement through the protocols and your answering of Q&A, all those different things, right? So these are the packages that we start to create. So the last one I want to share with you is that wherever you're at right now, I think you're listening to this show because you do want something more for yourself. You want something more for your career. So if you're living someone else's life, as they say sometimes, which, I certainly was when I graduated from college. I got a job to pay the bills, but then at night I was working at a gym, and believe me, it was exhausting, but that's what I wanted to be doing. And ultimately, I was able to build up a little bit of a clientele, make the switch over, great. And then from there, open up my own. And so it's these stepping stones. But the hardest part is just getting started. That's the truth. Because once you get your first, call it 10 clients, you're going to get at least 8 to 10 to 12 more referrals. You really are. So now all of a sudden, over the course of 6 months, you're working with, even if we just do the math on that, that's 4 clients a week. 4 clients now. Well, actually, it's going to grow, right? So if you think about it, the packages that we recommend you offer is 1 meeting per month for 3 to 4 months. And then after that, every 2 to 3 months, you're meeting with these individuals. And again, we have podcasts on all these things at ihp.coach/podcasts. Head on over, because all of these things have really been gone over for you. And that's why it multiplies. So, if you're working with 4 clients, just 1 a week for the first month, by the time you get to month 4, or let's just call it even just month 3, and you get 4 per month, you are doing now 12 clients per month, and that's 3 per week. And you might say, well, that doesn't sound like that much. Well, let's just do I always call it the health coach math. Let's say you're charging the low end, and that's $299 a month. All right, so we multiply by 12. And what do we have? We've got 3588. And if we multiply by 12, just say you never work with more clients, it's 43,000, but you're also going to earn commissions through labs and protocols and air filters, all your favorite things, right? And that's going to be part of your teaching. So you're at $50,000 a year for 3 clients a week. I mean, that's not bad work. And that's just the starting point for a $50,000 a year business at 3 clients a week. And I didn't do any, crazy fuzzy math there. It's literally, that's what it is. $299 times those 12 clients, plus you're going to earn commissions in all your favorite things. And that is achievable. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't achieve that, because you're telling me that you don't know 12 people. You can't connect with 12 people, even if you can connect with 3, and those 3 eventually give you 3 referrals, right? So now you're at 6, and those 6 eventually give you 1 more each. You're at 12. And that's just where you're starting. That is not obviously an end goal. That's a starting point. Can I get to that many clients in the first 3 to 4 months, 6 months maximum? Absolutely. That is without a doubt our minimum goal for you. I truly believe that every IHP who wants to achieve that is just your starting point. But what we need you to do is start to move forward in that direction. And if you can put in that 5 to 9, as they call it. Doesn't have to be a full 4 hours a day, but the more that you can focus on it, the more that you are literally driving forward, reaching out to people in their direct messages, offering complimentary consultations, doing lunch and learns, posting on social media, working on any of the articles that you can get out to people. All of these things add up over time. They really do. So we would love to be able to help you as we're moving into this last quarter of the year. Submit your questions, what we can help with. Hopefully we're going to see you at RHS. RHS is literally all career building. We're inviting in some of our top IHPs. They're going to talk about how they've built their businesses. We've got a visionary panel. These are people doing $1 million plus businesses inside of the IHP community. We have some of the top salespeople coming. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. This is an IHP only event. You can find out more about that at rhsevent.com. Definitely check that out. Or of course, anytime you have a question, just email us at support@ihp.coach. Have an amazing day, everybody. Enjoy your week. We'll talk with you soon. Take care.